guys, welcome to What I Ate Wednesday. It's a rainy, dark day, so that's why the lighting isn't very good. Usually the natural light comes in and you can see everything, but not today. Anyways, I am having coffee to start with. Soon I get to open the David C. Advent calendar, so I'm very excited. But Dan left for school about half an hour ago, and I came downstairs because I was still getting ready when he left. There was his coffee pretty much completely full. So I've reheated it and just drinking it, and he puts cream and sugar in it, which I don't usually. I just put some of my almond milk, so it's kind of cool. I get it extra creamy today. And then I also have just granola. This one is honey almond granola. It's not that good. So I put some cranberries, or like dried cranberries and craisins in it, and then with some almond milk. And then as I was setting everything up, I'm like, oh, we have peach yogurt. I'm like, that would have been even better, but oh well. Even the cranberries don't make it that good. Actually, I think because it's not really that much granola, most of it is just oats, so it's just really chewy. You don't have like those nice granola crunchy bits, so that's why I don't like it, but that's okay. It's lunchtime and I'm just gonna be using up odds and ends to make a salad. I have some lettuce here that I've cut up, some peeled carrots. Like I peeled first the outside and then now this is just the inside peeled. And then right here I'm making some of the black bean pasta because I didn't have any protein in my diet today, so yeah, so that's gonna have some black bean pasta. And then I'm gonna be making somewhat of like a coleslaw dressing. So I have mayonnaise in there already, and then adding some lemon juice. Maybe that's too much lemon juice, but we shall see. Some white vinegar. I'll just eyeball that. Salt, pepper, and let's see, what spices do we want to use? Maybe Italian? Not quite a coleslaw dressing anymore, but that's okay. That's not coleslaw either. Although I should buy another cabbage, because I remember, well, I was then sick of cabbage, but one cabbage lasted me like 2 weeks of food in various recipes. Okay, let's see. So I'm just gonna mix this together. Okay, so that dressing tasted terrible. So I added some sour cream, and it was still really sour and bitter. I probably should not have used that much vinegar and lemon juice. So then I had to add agave nectar. Way to make it more unhealthy. But now it's okay. Not what I'd be making on and like over and over again, but it's passable. So I have mixed everything together. I cooled the pasta a little bit. I just ran some water over it. It's still warm, but it's not hot really. So the bite has everything in it. Let me taste it. Yeah, it's not bad. It's fine. It's good for just throwing things together. I prefer the salad. I like the crunchiness of the salad. So I think, oh yeah, there is lots on the other side. So I'll just mostly eat that. Well, so I'll just make sure I have lots of salad in every bite. I'm leaving for work in about 15 minutes, but I already made my drink. I was thinking I was gonna have tea that I had to, like loose tea leaves that I had to steep, but then when I opened the cupboard, I found these. Actually, I was cleaning the lower cupboards and I got a whole box of it's spiced apple drink. It's basically just sugar and spices. Anyway, so I got a whole bunch of them that I got from Costco probably like 4 years ago. Yeah, I think when I just moved into this house, so that's okay. There's still so many of it, so it's just really good. So I've made it now already, even though I still have a couple more things to do. So just going to stir that, and then I'll put the lid on it, and then it will stay. But I'm also going, or stay warm, but I'm also going to be quickly making the dough for breadsticks. We're going to be having cauliflower soup today. That doesn't take that long, and actually I end a little bit early today. My last class has been canceled, But yeah, breadsticks take longer because you have to make the dough, make the dough ahead of time so it can rise. So I'm going to do that now and get that started in the bread machine. So I'm starting off with half a cup of warm water, and then we're going to be adding 1/8 of a cup oil. I just halved the recipe. I don't need to make 18 breadsticks, so I just halved it to 9. So that's why like 1/8 of a cup, but that's 2 tablespoons more or less. So I did the 2. And then we're adding our dry ingredients. So we're adding a total of 2.5 cups flour. I did 1.5 cups flour. I did half a cup of whole wheat bread flour, and then I'm going to do a cup of just the regular flour. 1.5 tablespoons of brown sugar, a little bit of salt. Actually, that was a little too much salt, but that's okay. Then 1.25 teaspoons of yeast. Added the yeast in. I needed 2 hands to open the jar. So not that much, but again, we're just making 9 breadsticks. Of course, with all this effort, it probably would have been better if I made the full amount. But that much breadsticks isn't good for me anyway. And then putting it on dough. Says 1 hour 40 minutes, and yeah, I'm gonna be away for quite a few hours, but honestly last time I did that with the challah bread and it worked pretty good. So that's what I'm gonna do now, even though it sat for like 3 hours. So I'm leaving soon. I'm gonna taste my hot apple cider sugar drink. Ooh, that's a lot of sugar. I'll maybe drink a little bit of it here and then add some more water. Not super sweet, but I like sweet, so that's okay. I'm home from work now and it has deflated a little bit, but we're still going to hopefully have it rise a little bit. I don't know, it's been quite a few hours now since it was done, but I think maybe it's also just I made a smaller batch, so it just seems really small, but because I only put like half the flour I usually do. So we're just gonna roll this out. So I rolled it out and then I just cut it. So then now I'm gonna put them on there, but I'm gonna twist them a little. I'm just gonna pinch the edges down so they'll stay. They're all twisted, and this one's coming untwisted, but that's okay. And then the oven is nice, draft-free and warm. I turned it on for like a minute just to warm it up, and now I'm just gonna let it sit in there for about 20 minutes. Crossing my fingers that they do rise, and I just put a little bit of cling wrap on top just to keep that heat in nice toasty area, but we shall see. We're going to be making cream of cauliflower soup. I got the recipe from allrecipes.com. It had a lot of positive reviews. So I've already melted some butter in a big pot, and I'm going to add my onions as well as some minced garlic. Yeah, we like lots of garlic. And then just cooking that for about 5 minutes just so the onions are nice and soft. And then in the meantime, I have 2 carrots that I'm going to be chopping. And then the recipe called for 2 big potatoes, but mine are kind of small, so I'm going to be using 3 small ones. And then we're also going to do cauliflower, but first just going to peel these, and this has already been peeled, and then just chop it up. Everything is looking nice and soft. So then we're adding the carrots and the potatoes. And now we're just gonna cook this for another 5 minutes. And I've already started making, well, my vegetable broth, 3.5 cups of water. And then I used 2 of the vegetable bouillon cubes. So that's still just dissolving there. I'm gonna add the veggie broth to this, and then we're gonna get this to start boiling. And once it's boiling, then we're gonna stir in all of the cauliflower that Dan has chopped. But now in the meantime, I have taken the breadsticks out, and they did rise pretty much, so I'm happy about that. I'm going to brush them with a little bit of melted butter. And then after, we're gonna put some salt on it. and then bake them, and then when we take them out, we're gonna also brush them with a little bit more butter and do a garlic, salt, and oregano topping. Now we have some coarse salt, and we're going to just sprinkle that as best we can over top. Put it in the oven that's being preheated to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to put it in for about 15 to 20 minutes. So maybe I'll check on it the 15-minute mark, probably even the 10, but we'll see. This is boiling now, so we are adding in the cauliflower. I'm not sure if the liquid is closed, so it doesn't completely cover it. Oh well. The steam will also just soften the veggies. So I'm going to cover it, and it creates a nice seal. And let this sit. I've reduced the heat a little bit, and it's going to boil for about 10 to 15 minutes. I've taken these out of the oven now. They are nicely browned on the bottom. And then I've mixed together some more of the salt, some garlic salt, and some oregano. So first just brushing it all with butter again. Just sprinkling everything over top. Alright, so now we are going to be pureeing. So I put all of the soup into this big bowl, and then we're going to be adding it in little batches to our food processor, and then putting it back in the pot. This here. And that's there. Kind of looks like a mushy mashed potatoes. We're going to be adding milk and some other stuff to it, so that's okay that it's kind of thick. Not soup-like yet. It's all in there now, and we're adding a cup of milk, and then I've just returned it to the heat where it's on low. And then we're adding some pepper, tiny bit of nutmeg. Calls for a tablespoon of sherry. We don't have that, but we're using half the amount of sherry, like cooking wine. It's like sherry vinegar. Just it's a little bit more acidic, but add it to there, just half the amount. This is what it looks like. So nice and creamy. So now I'm just going to serve us up. This is what it looks like with the breadstick and the soup. It's all kind of the same color. They say to add like a sprig of parsley, but we don't have parsley. Let me taste it. It's really good. Could probably even use a little bit more nutmeg. Alright, and let me taste the bun. Pretty good too. You can tell that I used a little bit of whole wheat flour. So he may not like it, but I do. It tastes good. Alright, so we're gonna eat this. And there's still enough time for me to enjoy this a little bit and then head off to dance class. I'm home from dance and now just having some tea. This one is the decaf tea, and then just gonna watch some TV. Dan was eating some of a banana, so I had a couple bites and shared it with the dogs as well. But yeah, that's gonna be it tonight. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for Vlogmas coming. Bye.